Hey, what's going on? Today, we're going to talk about flipping raw cards into graded cards, which really has the potential to make you the most money in sports card investing and collecting, period. Because when you take a raw card, an ungraded card, and get it graded, if it comes back at 10, you have an instant, very good return on your hands, okay? So we're going to get into all that, plus the five guys that I think we should really be paying attention to and who really drive the market. So we'll get into that. But first, as you know, I have the Sports Card Society where every day I send my society members cards that I find that I'm investing in that I think are going to go up. And we've been able to basically double our money about every month or two, double, triple our money about every month or two. And we're really making a killing in it. So the link for that is in the description. It's only $9.99 a month. Cancel any time if you don't like it. I'll even give you your money back. No big deal. But anyways, we've really been able to make a killing. Plus, there's a link in the description for the tool I'm going to use here to look all of this up. It's called Market Movers. Click the link in the description. You can use code SOCIETY for 20% off. Okay, 20% off your first payment. That is your first month or your first year, whichever option you choose. But anyways, so what I'm going to show you is something I've been sharing with my society for a while, and we've really been getting on this, but there's still some opportunity left here, and I wanted to share it with you. Again, the link for that's in the description. If you'd like to make some money with us, hop on it. So let's get started. The five guys that really seem to move the NBA market, right? The ones that go up the fastest and the most, and they also go down the fastest and the most. So it's important to remember that. But we want to catch them on their upswings, okay? And right now everything's very flat, so it really looks like the next swing is certainly going to be up, especially with the NBA season coming and everything like that. Now, what we're going to do today is look at the five guys, which are Zion, Ja, Trey, Luka, and Jason Tatum. So Jason Tatum's rookie year is 2017, Trey and Luka 2018, John Zion 2019. So I'm in the Market Movers tool. Like I said, link in description. Use code SOCIETY for 20% off. This tool is just very powerful. You'll see as I go through right here, this is kind of too much to look at for me because it's a lot of cards. I got 5 players, and I got 2 cards with each player. I got 4 cards with each player because I'm looking at it in the PSA 10 and the raw, the ungraded. Okay, so I have, what is that, 20 cards up here in front of me? That's too much to digest. So something the Market Movers tool really helps me with is right here. I use this little tab called Ratios. And what it does is it gives me the average between what the PSA 10 is selling for. So it's the Jason Tatum 2017 Prism Rookie PSA 10 and what it's selling for compared to the ungraded version, right? And so the PSA 10 is selling for roughly 5.24 times more than the ungraded. Now, what I want to see is I want to see at least 5 plus. That gives me room to get a few of these ungraded cards and send them in to hopefully get at least 110 back, because 110 will much more than pay for my investment, and then the other ones after that are gravy. Plus, it takes PSA about 2 months to, well, even more so depending on what you pick, but at least 2 months to get the card back to you. So because of the time frame we're in, I see these cards as going up in value in the next 2 months. By the way, another perk of being in the society is that we get 20-day PSA grading for $20. Now, if you go onto the PSA website, you'll see that 20-day grading is $50. Being a member of the society, you save $30 per card on the 20-day processing with PSA. That's pretty good benefit right there, but you got to be a member of society to benefit from that. And what happens too here is that they used to have the 45-day grading, and that was only $20 for anybody. But they got rid of that because they're so backlogged that they've suspended it. I don't know if they'll ever bring it back because I don't know if they'll ever catch up to the demand of people sending in cards. So you have to do 20 days. So basically to get cards graded now, it is $50. But again, if you have a hookup like me and you're in the society, you get the 20-day grading for $20, okay? Now, I like to see at least 5 because that way if it's going for $600, maybe I get 3 of these, 3, maybe 4 of these, right? So that 4 of them would be, this is $120, so times 4 would be $480. I spend $10 shipping those 4 cards into PSA, so now I'm at $490, and then it cost me $20 a card to get the cards graded, each card graded. So $20 times 4 cards, that's $80. 490 plus 80 is $570. So it cost me about the price of one PSA 10 in today's market to get these graded, okay? But I also got to go find them and pick them out. I'm not just going to pick any random ones and send them in. You have to know how to look for them. I just made I do classes for my society sometimes. I just made one showing exactly how to go through eBay and pick out ones that have the best probability for getting graded 10s. Because it's tough. You don't get to physically touch them. You got to really know what you're looking at. Anyway, so you go through that and you find them. So I'd buy 4 of these. It cost me about $570 to get them all shipped in there. And one thing important to remember about PSA or any of the grading companies, you don't pay for the grading until they're done grading them. So basically, once you actually pay for it may take 2 months to get them graded, but when you actually pay for the grading, when you actually pay for the cards, the grading, you'll get the cards back within like a week of that, right? So you don't pay up front. You don't pay until they're done grading your cards and ready to ship them to you, okay? So really, I have a $490 investment, and I don't pay that other $80 until I basically have the cards, okay? So that's really important to know. Saves you a lot of upfront money to know that. Anyway, so we want 5. So I buy 4 of these. Hopefully one of them would come back, at least one would come back at 10, which is kind of worst case scenario if you really know how to pick out cards to give yourself a good probability. If you don't know what you're looking for, you're probably just screwed. So get your eye skilled to look for this. By the way, they grade with 4 things. They grade on corners, edge, surface, and centering. Those are the 4 things that grading PSA looks at, okay? Again, that's corners, edge, surface, and centering. So all I did is I got back 1 PSA 10. So I sent in 4, got back only 1 was a PSA 10. Well, in today's market, it's worth $625. But by the time I get it back in 2 months, good chance it's worth $800, maybe $1,000. But anyways, I'll just go with today's market. So I spent $570, get 1 back at a 10. 1 back comes back at 10. It's $625. So I'm already up $55. But then I have the other 3 cards, and they all came back 9s. And they're probably worth, if an ungraded is going for $120, a 9's probably going for at least $175. So all of a sudden, I got the 3 9s to add on to my 10. Say my 10s are worth $625, and my 3 9s are worth $175. Add that together. What do you come up with? I don't know. See, let's add that up quick. That'd be, okay, 800, 975. It'd be $1,150 from those 4 cards in 2 months. That's a pretty great return, isn't it? To spend $570 and get back $1,150 all day long, baby. All day long. Are you kidding? Turn $570 in 2 months, and turn $570 in 2 months into $1,150 without really doing much, but playing this game that you like to play, which is sports card collecting and investing. Pretty cool, right? So I like Tatum here. He's in the range, and I expect him to do good things this year and ascend even more. Trae Young, looking pretty good there. But that's really what we would do. Well, let's go over a few more then. Okay, Trae Young looks pretty good. You're probably wondering what other ones there are. By the way, this is stuff and more that I've shared with. I've shared this and more with my society. So again, the link's in the description. It's only $9.99 a month. I do a whole hell of a lot of work every single day, and I just deliver it to my society members on a silver platter. Plus, they get 20-day PSA grading for just $20 instead of $50. Okay. Now, this Trae Young looks pretty good because it's over 5. It's over 6. So I really like that one, and I expect him to do big things this year. I would not be surprised at all if he ends up being the league-leading scorer this season. This guy here is going to have a bunch of double-doubles with 30-point plus in each one. He's going to have some 40-point games, some 50-point games. He may even have some 60-point games. You know what happens to his card the day he has a 60-point game? Do you know? Waboom! Big spike. big time to sell if you want to, right? If he has a 60-point game, week 1 of the year, and this card's going to go to $500. But I think it'll be well over 300, maybe 400 by the time the season even starts. Because as we get closer, the hype's just going to get real for these 5 guys, for a lot of guys, but these 5 guys in particular. So hell, he puts up a 60-point game. If somehow it's only at 240, that sucker's going to 400 faster than you can blink. And that's game 1 of the year, 72 games. You just watch as he builds certainty to the market. Zion, that's his prism. I don't like that number. Holy good God, Mother and Mary. That is, you guys are paying that much for prism rounds. Prisms are hard for me to eyeball. They're hard to eyeball for centering. They are. Optics are much easier. I just made a video about that, showing an in-depth how to look at centering and actually pick cards to get graded. I just did that for my society. But I love this market mover tool because it really just shows me this. It just saves me so much damn time. Well, I'm not interested in this because that's not a rookie card. That's not a rookie card. Barely over 5. Again, it's kind of challenging to look at centering on a prism. And I just don't, I can do it. I'm not that worried about that really. I just don't like paying that much to get this much back. Because I buy 4 of these, that's like $400. Maybe 1 comes back at 10, maybe 2, hell, maybe 3. And that's a really good return. But I just don't like putting this much up front when I can just put up, that much. I can buy 2 of these for the price of 1 of these. And this is not quite double the price of the Optic. So I just like my odds there because I'll buy probably at least 4 of these and spend, $160 instead of buying 4 of these and spending like $400. And that's my preference. If that doesn't bother you, go ahead, get the prism, get in. It's over 5, it's in the range, but I'd prefer 6. This is John Morant, 2019 Optic again. I like that price. I like that return. Well, this is the return, really. You get this, comes back at 10, it all of a sudden becomes worth 6 times more than what you paid for. Get what I'm saying? Smell what I'm cooking? See the hole I'm digging? I don't think that's a thing. I don't think that's a saying. That's ridiculous. If I knew how to edit a video, I'd remove that. It's Friday night, by the way, October 30th. Halloween is tomorrow. It's been a long day, so I'm a little loopy. And I may have, smoked a little something. So I'm feeling pretty relaxed and just chilling. We're just jamming here. I hope this has been really helpful for you. If you think this video was good, boy, you should see the videos I send to my society members every day. I send them a special video every day picking a card that I've done all kinds of research using my knowledge and built up skill to find and research, and I just deliver it to them on a silver platter. Not to mention they get 20-day grading for $20 instead of $50. So that alone pays for itself because it's only $9.99 a month to be in the society. Plus, it's a great community, and we've been making a killing on our profits. But this tool here, again, Market Movers, link in description. Use code society for 20% off. These are some good guys to be looking at. Keep your eye on these 5 guys. Keep your eyes on these 5 guys. All right, stay classy. You're awesome.